Dad. What should I look for in a Medicare Advantage plan?
Those Medicare Advantage plans. Now, Medicare Advantage plans can offer no premiums, but remember, you still have to pay your Part B premium. But they can offer no premiums. They could offer things that Medicare does not offer, like dental, vision, coverage for hearing aids. They can offer gym memberships. They can offer all of these things. But what they also can provide, you'll also have to deal with is on the back end. Even though there's a lot of nice things on the front end, you may have to deal with lots of nickel and dime, a lot of co-pays and co-insurance costs. So it may end up costing you more if you go to the physician a lot. And who can predict the future? It may end up costing you a lot on the back end. So consider that. Consider that dynamic when you're trying to decide between original Medicare and Medicare Advantage. But if you decide to choose, if you decide that Medicare Advantage is the right for you, there's a lot of things that you'll have to think through, a lot of different aspects, but there are three things that I absolutely want you to focus on and think through as you're considering which Medicare Advantage plan is right for you. So let's get into it. Number one, the first question you have to ask yourself when looking at a Medicare Advantage plan: are your doctors in the network? Now, it's no secret that for the benefit of the lower premium or no premium for the Medicare Advantage plan, your network of providers is much narrower than it would be if you enroll into original Medicare. So it's critically important for you to decide, or you to figure out and research, all your physicians that you see regularly, but also any specialists that you see, are they in the network? So how do you do that? Well, you can go to medicare.gov, create an account or not, and review or search for different plans, from different insurers. Once you identify a Medicare Advantage plan that you think, okay, this is okay, I want to do a little bit more research, I want to kind of delve in a little deeper, then what you would do is go to the insurer's website with the name of that plan, and you would get more details on that specific plan on the insurer's website. You'd be able to search for providers and see if your doctors are included, are in network on that plan. Now, this is one word of caution though. These things can change from year to year. So your doctor may be in network this year, but then next year, your doctor could not be in network, and then you're stuck. You can stay with the plan, you can move plans, but that's a little unstable, right? That could make you feel a little uneasy. One thing to remember with Medicare Advantage, the physicians in the network can change over time. And also, as we'll talk about in a second, the medication, the formulary, the drugs that are covered in that Advantage plan can change over time. So that's how you decide, that's how you figure out is your physician in the network. Because if your physician is not in the network, just similar to like HMOs that you might have had with your employer insurance, if your physicians are not in the network, then you won't have coverage most times. All right, that's number one. Are your doctors in the network? Critically important. Number two, are your medications covered? The formulary is simply the list of medications that are covered in a drug plan or a Medicare Advantage plan. And those drugs will be on specific tiers. So not only do you want to figure out, are your drugs, are your medications covered in that Advantage plan, but what tier are they on, and what are the co-pays and the co-insurance that you may pay for filling those medications? Right? And this is just and you don't know what ailments you're going to have in the future. You can only deal with what you have, the medications that you're taking right now. But this could be a big cost item for you, right? Because you get the low premium or no premium in a lot of cases with the Medicare Advantage plan, no monthly premiums. But then on the back end, when you're filling medications, there may be higher co-pays or higher co-insurance for those medications on the formulary. So investigate if your medications are on it, and then if they are on it, how much you'll pay to fill those medications. And just like the physicians, the formularies, the drugs on the formulary, that can change every year as well. Sometimes it can change in the middle of the year, quite frankly. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's possible. All right, number three, what is the out-of-pocket maximum on the plan? So yes, there are out-of-pocket maximum limits, so a limit to how much you'll pay in any given year. However, those out-of-pocket maximum limits, they do vary. It could be a few $1,000s, it could be $6,000, it could be $7,000. What is that out-of-pocket maximum for that Advantage plan? Because then you'll know what the cap is on your expenses. Can you pick a plan, right? You could see one that is maybe at $7,000. Is there a plan that has a maximum out-of-pocket limit of $5,000, $4,000? Have to know that, because we know healthcare is expensive, and you want to make sure that you're covered. And you want to know, not to say don't do the Advantage plan because of all these additional costs on the back end. They're right for certain people, but you at least want to know what you're going into when you enroll in an Advantage plan. Because if you enroll in an Advantage plan and you miss certain windows and you're in that Advantage plan for long enough, and you don't qualify for a special enrollment period into original Medicare, into a Medigap policy, you may not be able to go back into original Medicare and get a Medigap policy without underwriting. Right? So you may be uninsurable at that point, so you may have to stay in that Medicare Advantage plan. So make sure when you are deciding, I can't stress this enough, when you're deciding on an Advantage plan, Medicare Part C, a lot of factors to think through. These are three main things that you absolutely have to research so that you can make an informed decision, because this is a decision that could stay with you for the rest of your life.
I got it. That makes sense, Dad.